See, in my opinion, the best way to deal with conflict, with stress, is to just go outside, enjoy nature, take a walk, breathe in some of that fresh, humid air. How's it going, y'all? My name is Aric. Welcome to Out of the Groove on the Go. I'm coming to you from beautiful suburban Nashville, Tennessee. Just landed at the airport about an hour ago, and naturally, because I'm a social media addict, the first thing I did was fire up the site formerly known as Twitter.com. And what's the first thing I see? Jordan Bianchi of The Athletic confirming one of the wildest recent NASCAR rumors. See, earlier this offseason, Aric Almirola signed a contract with Joe Gibbs Racing to race part-time in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Then a month ago, without giving a specific reason, Aric Almirola was pulled from the 20 car ahead of the Charlotte race and was replaced by Ty Gibbs. Aric Almirola hasn't been behind the wheel of a Joe Gibbs Racing car since. He's missed races since then that were originally on his 2024 schedule. Naturally, this had many Aric Almirola fans and just NASCAR fans in general questioning, why is Almirola not racing? Is it a financial conflict? Is it a personal schedule conflict? It turns out it was a physical conflict. Jordan Bianchi reports for The Athletic that Aric Almirola was suspended for a physical altercation with Bubba Wallace. According to Bianchi sources, the altercation occurred during a team meeting ahead of the Charlotte race weekend. 23XI and Joe Gibbs Racing drivers meet together as part of their alliance. According to Bianchi, the exact reason for the dispute is unknown, but sources said the team viewed Almirola as the instigator. That's what prompted them to replace Almirola with Ty Gibbs at Charlotte and suspend him indefinitely. Now, according to Jordan Bianchi, Aric Almirola will be back behind the wheel of a Joe Gibbs Racing Xfinity car at Indianapolis in July. But now we know why Aric Almirola has been MIA the past few weeks. Aric Almirola starting fights. You know, he's got that nice guy, dad vibe, guy at the barbecue just flipping burgers, smiling and shaking hands with everyone. Aric Almirola, the big bad bacon man, he doesn't strike me as a fighter at first glance, but then we remember that Bubba Wallace and Aric Almirola do have a history. Go back, ironically, 1 year ago to Charlotte during a rain delay, cameras caught Almirola shoving Bubba Wallace on pit road. Almirola said afterwards that he was mad Bubba had raced him hard and then flipped him off, was cussing at him. Bubba afterwards said Aric Almirola is two-faced. The two have a history going back to Richard Petty Motorsports. Aric Almirola drove the 43, injured his back at Kansas. Who substituted for him? It was Bubba Wallace. When Almirola left for Stewart-Haas the next season, who took over the 43 full-time? It was Bubba. So in a weird way, the two are kind of closely linked. But now I want to know what was said during that meeting to spark an actual physical altercation on a Tuesday morning. The Athletic report says that Almirola was viewed as the instigator. Did Bubba say something to set him off? Were they arguing about who had the most mediocre Richard Petty Motorsports career? Again, the two are oddly connected. They also both got their first career Cup Series wins at super speedways in rain-shortened races. Maybe this is an Alabama versus Florida thing. Bubba Wallace is from Alabama. He got his win at Talladega. Aric Almirola is from Florida, got his first win at Daytona. Maybe there was a clash there. I'm flabbergasted. As you can tell, this is not a typical Out of the Groove episode. I am reacting to this in real time. I'm trying to process this in real time. There's always conflict between Almirola and Joe Gibbs Racing. Go back to their first stint together all those years ago when Almirola was pulled from the seat mid-race so Denny Hamlin could fulfill his sponsor obligation, and Hamlin went on to win. Feels like there was always some tension there. Tension's boiling over in a Tuesday morning, I assume, maybe Monday morning meeting. How would the drivers pick sides? You gotta imagine Denny would back up his driver, Bubba, but then like Ty Gibbs would back up the Joe Gibbs Racing driver, right? So he'd back up Almirola. Christopher Bell might be neutral. I imagine Reddick would back up his teammate, Bubba. Martin Truex Jr. is probably not even there in person. He's probably zooming into this meeting on a boat somewhere, so he has no skin in the game. I really wanna know what Bubba Wallace might have said. I'm sure he'll be asked about it this weekend at Nashville Super Speedway. Bubba's an emotional guy. He's a fiery guy. He's gotten himself in hot water before. He's been physical with Kyle Larson on the track. We've seen that. Alex Bowman, what he splashed Powerade on him all those years ago. Denny Hamlin, ironically, didn't he call him out for using Adderall? Like Bubba, I think sometimes lets his intrusive thoughts win. And maybe that's the best way to put it. I don't know, I hate to speculate. Obviously, I wasn't there. To be a fly in the wall of this infamous meeting would be crazy, but we weren't there, so it's unfair to speculate, to draw any serious judgment here. It's just crazy. And it's crazy that it got out. You know, after all these weeks and rumors and chatter, Joe Gibbs Racing is pretty good typically about keeping, you know, drama like this under wraps. I'm a little surprised Christopher Bell didn't spill the beans in his post-Charlotte win press conference, though. That would have been on brand. Okay, I shouldn't be making jokes. This potentially is serious. I mean, obviously it's not crazy serious because Aric Almirola is going to drive a Gibbs car in like a month at Indianapolis, so it wasn't a permanent suspension, just a couple months. I'd hate to see this become a distraction for Bubba Wallace especially because he's racing for a playoff spot. He enters this weekend's race at Nashville 13 points below the cut line. He's gonna probably be asked questions about this Almirola altercation. When Almirola comes back, they might both be asked the same question once again. Again, Bubba is emotional. He rides the roller coaster up and down. I don't want this to be a distraction because he has goals of making a deep playoff run this year. That's the expectation from 23XI and Toyota. And now there's this drama behind the scenes that's now been brought public that people are gonna ask him about, that he's gonna have to address, if not this weekend, some other weekend. I hope it's not a distraction. These Joe Gibbs Racing team meetings sound pretty dramatic though. Was it Denny Hamlin, I think on his podcast earlier this year, who mentioned a time when like Kyle Busch and Carl Edwards were about to fight it out in a meeting? Anyway, yeah, this is just my in the moment stream of consciousness reaction. Crazy news. I cannot believe that wild rumor that people were running with on social media the past few weeks actually turned out to be largely true. When they first pulled Almirola from the seat, I assumed it was just a sponsorship issue, like a check didn't clear. Then you hear the rumors, you consider the history, it's like, okay, but I honestly didn't expect them to be true. Kudos to Jordan Bianchi, The Athletic. That's why The Athletic is worth the subscription. He gets in there, asks the tough questions, has the right sources, the right connections. Huge respect to Jordan Bianchi for uncovering this mystery that many on social media have been asking about for several weeks now. Hard to say much more without knowing additional facts, but goodness, some interesting drama coming out of Joe Gibbs Racing. What's your reaction? Down in the comment section below. I've got a couple different videos I'll be working on while I'm here in Nashville. So if you enjoy the content, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the latest. I will catch you guys again soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day, folks. Thanks for watching.